Hi Chefeteers, I'm Chef Nakia and I want to make you more confident in the kitchen. And I want to help you with your weekly meal planning and meal prepping. So one of my favorite meal prep tips is to cook the protein once and eat different types of meals, like keep a variety going, but eat different meals from that one protein. And because protein is typically what's going to take the longest to cook, you can really save yourself a lot of time and energy throughout the week by cooking that one protein at the beginning. One of the best ways for you to set yourself up for a stress-free week of meals ahead, it's kind of a tongue twister, is by choosing one protein that you can use in a variety of meals, cooking that, and then continuing to utilize it in lunches and dinners throughout the week. In today's video, we're talking about pulled pork. So we're going to talk about which cuts of pork you want to use and which ones you should skip for pulled pork. And then we'll put that in a crock pot with some beer and some spices, and whenever it's done, I'll give you about a dozen meal ideas that you can use with that pulled pork. And if you're not familiar with me, hi, I'm Chef Nakia, and I own a grocery delivery and virtual personal chef service in Denver, Colorado. I connect busy people with joyful food, and I'm super passionate about helping at-home cooks bring more convenience and confidence into their kitchens. So if you've been looking for somewhere to outsource your meal planning, this video will help. But if you're looking for even more help, I do have an online subscription service where I help my clients with their meal planning. So you can get full access to all of my recipes, choose out the ones you want to cook, and then I'll send you a concise shopping list of the ingredients that you need. Now, if that's not hands-off enough for you, there is also a portion of this service, and I call it This Week's Dinners, where you let me know the types of foods you like to eat, how many times a week you like to cook, what kitchen tools you have, and I will each week personally pick out the dinners that will fit you and your lifestyle and your preferences. Every Friday, I'll send you those recipes along with a shopping list with all the ingredients that you need. That way, your meal planning for your dinners for the week is done, and you just have to fill in what am I going to eat for breakfast, lunch, and snacks. If you're interested in this, be sure to go down to the description below, and there's a link where you can find out all the details. And if you have any questions, ask me in the comments. But now let's get into pulled pork meal planning. Alright, so first we have to start with the correct cut of meat. And we want to look for pork shoulder or Boston butt. Even though it's called Boston butt, it's still from the shoulder region of the pig. So look for that shoulder meat. You don't want anything in the middle of the body like a pork tenderloin, because those are going to be more expensive, and it's better to use those for grilling or pan frying, roasting, those types of dishes. And then the rump of the pig is typically where you're going to get your hams. So for this specific pulled pork in a crock pot, these meals, you're going to really want to focus on that shoulder meat. When you hear pulled pork, one of the first things you might think of is a pulled pork sandwich, and that is a great way to eat up your pulled pork. So you can grab some Kaiser buns and then layer that with a little bit of barbecue sauce on there, pretty much whatever style you like the best. Along with pickles, and if you like a creamy coleslaw or a tangier coleslaw, and maybe serve it with a side of potato salad or mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, collard greens, potato chips, all kinds of options. And then another sandwich would be like a type of French dip. So you can reheat that pork and serve it on a baguette or a French roll, and then also have a side of au jus and saute down some onions and mushrooms, maybe even peppers on there if you want, and build your sandwich that way. Another option is barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese. So make your mac and cheese with like relatively large noodles, so like a farfalle or calentani or some large elbows, and then you're gonna add the pulled pork with some barbecue sauce, and then if you want some crunch, you can add some breadcrumbs on top for a little bit of crunch. One leftovers meal that I think is always delicious is enchiladas, and you can definitely use leftover pork, especially if you cook it with some spices like cumin, coriander, and oregano, and then use that as kind of like carnitas style pork and wrap it up in tortillas to make some enchiladas. So you can also add in some diced onions, diced tomatoes to that. You could even add in like frozen corn or black beans, and then you can use a red chili or a green chili enchilada sauce. Personally, with pork, I kind of prefer the green chili, but truly you can do whatever you want. And then kind of in that same vein, there's also like tacos, burritos, or even nachos. So whether you're using corn tortillas, flour tortillas, or tortilla chips, you just get those ready, and then you've got your pulled pork, and you can add, you know, Mexican blend cheese, or maybe even like a cotija cheese if you're not doing nachos. Queso sauce is a great option too. And then as far as toppings go, you can really get wild with it. I mean, you can do lettuce, or you can do cabbage, pineapple, jalapeno, or you can do like the diced tomato and bell peppers. You can definitely, you know, garnish it with some cilantro. Oh, so let me go back to onions, because I forgot. Pickled onions are also great. I kind of like the combination I'm really thinking of is cabbage, pineapple, jalapeno, and some pickled onion. That as like a taco slaw for some pork tacos is really, really yummy. And then of course you can add salsa or guacamole. Sour cream, I guess, if you're doing nachos and you like that. And empanadas, so you can make empanadas. So once you have your dough ready, you can reheat the pulled pork with onions and peppers. You can like saute the onions and peppers and then add the pork in there. And then similar with the enchiladas, you could pair this with red or green chili, or you could even do like a green chili tomatillo sauce as a dipping sauce for after your empanadas are cooked. All right, and we also have bibimbap. So bibimbap is something that you could definitely make as like a vegan option, or you could just use poached eggs on top. But you could also take that pulled pork, reheat it in some soy sauce or tamari, and put that on top too. So you're gonna have the rice from the dish, the pickled veggies, I like doing like soy glazed carrots, the poached egg, and then your pork. And I think that's also, I mean, it's a great dinner. It's also a really great meal prep lunch, because you can put that in a box, put that in a food storage container the night before and reheat it the next day, and it's delicious. Another one is a little bit of a bastardization, but please forgive me, mushu pork. You'll take that pork, you'll add mushrooms, bamboo shoots, and scrambled eggs, and then roll it up in those really thin pancakes. You can eat those meal leftovers for multiple meals, lunch and dinner. And pho. Pho can be a great way to use up pulled pork. So even though it's already fully cooked, you don't have to reheat it before you add it to the pho. Just so get your broth ready, and then your basil and your bean sprouts and your rice noodles and your lime, and then so you heat up that broth, and when you are ready to eat, you just throw everything in. And so your pulled pork, with it being pulled nice and thin, it's gonna warm right up in that broth. Oh, and don't forget your sriracha and hoisin to add on top. So now a couple extra bonus little meals. You could do a barbecue pulled pork pizza, and this can kind of go back into the contentious debate around pineapple on pizza, yay or nay, but I do think that pulled pork, barbecue sauce, and pineapple is a nice combination together, so you could try doing that on a pizza. And then pretty much any salad. So pretty much any like tossed garden salad, if you want to have that ready, and then you can take your pulled pork and you can reheat it separate and add that on top for the protein to go with your salad. Thanks for watching. I hope that you got some good meal ideas, and I hope that you are going to make your upcoming week way less stressful by cooking a protein and having fun figuring out a few different meals to use it in. Let me know some of your favorite pulled pork recipes down below. And if you like this video and you like getting meal ideas, then like this video and subscribe. I am putting out new videos every other Wednesday and also trying to get into the YouTube shorts consistently. So I love sharing tips with you all, and I will continue doing it. So if you want more of that, be sure to subscribe. Thank you, Chef and Tears.